Mao was born to the son of a peasant farmer on December 26, 1893, in the Sichuan province of China. He attended the local school until he turned 13, when he went to work full-time on the family's farm. In 1911, Mao joined the Revolution Army and fought against the Qing dynasty. At the age of 16, Mao Zedong left home to complete his education in the Chinese capital. It was here at university where he began to experience the waves of revolution engulfing Chinese society.
Mr. Sanford, how did Mao Zedong become a communist?
Interesting question, oddly feminine me from the past. In 1921, Mao attended a Communist Party meeting in China, and he soon became the party's leader. Coupled with what he studied in college of national reform movements, he soon embraced full communism. This because of what he studied and because of growing up a peasant. So he really did embrace the communistic lifestyle. Now, him and his communist followers, as the leader, planned to create their own communistic state in China. In 1925, Chiang Kai-shek took over the People's Republic of China and began eliminating communists within the government. And with Chiang Kai-shek trying to eliminate the communists, a civil war broke out between the nationalists and the communists. The war raged on for 9 years, until 1934, when the nationalists attempted to eliminate the communists once and for all. When the nationalists attacked the communists' camp, Mao convinced his leaders to retreat and start the Long March. The retreat of the communists from the nationalist army is called the Long March today. Over the course of a year, Mao led the communists over 7,000 miles across southern China and then to the northern provinces. Although most of the soldiers died during the march, around 8,000 survived. These 8,000 were loyal to Mao. Mao Zedong was now the leader of the Communist Party. Okay, so the Civil War subsided for a while at least, and the nationalists lost a lot of land and territory to Japan, who was an empire at the time emerging. And so, because they fled to the island of Taiwan, which is still China in a way, the national party, the communists took over, and that's how Mao got into power. Mao Zedong founded the People's Republic of China on October 1st, 1949. So, Mao founded the People's Republic of China, and he was the chairman of the Communist Party and the absolute leader of China. And he was a brutal leader, sending those who disagreed with him to labor camps and executing all others who disobeyed. In 1958, Mao announced the Great Leap Forward.
The Great Leap Forward was an economic campaign that intended to change China from an agrarian farming economy into a modern society. This effort was made under the leadership of Mao to transform China into a society capable of competing with other industrialized nations within a short 5-year time period. In January 1958, the Great Leap Forward was launched, and between 1958 and 1960, millions of Chinese citizens were moved to communes to work on farms or in manufacturing. Private farming was prohibited. The effort intended to be 5 years, but was halted in 1960 after 3 brutal years. The initiative is said to have cost an estimated 20 to 48 million lives as a result of catastrophic economic policy, compounded by adverse weather conditions, including a flood that killed 2 million people, and a subsequent crop failure that led to starvation. In addition to the fatalities, the Great Leap Forward had a negative environmental impact as communes were encouraged to set up backyard production plants for needed supplies such as steel, timber, and cement. In 1960, an extensive drought further added to the country's troubles. Mao Zedong was forced to resign from his position as head of state, although he was able to remain in a powerful party position.
Unfortunately, Mao's plan of the Great Leap Forward backfired tremendously, and the country fell into famine, killing 40 million people. In 1966, Mao made his comeback with the Cultural Revolution. Many young peasants followed him and formed the Red Guard. These loyal soldiers helped him
Soldiers.
Schools were shut down, and people who disagreed with Mao were either killed or expedited to farming. Part of Mao's plan for the Cultural Revolution was centered around the Small Red Book. This is a copy of the Communist Manifesto, but imagine a small red book that every single Chinese civilian had to carry around, which he used to educate the people of China on what he wanted for the country. In addition to this, he met with President Nixon in 1972 in an effort to show openness towards the West. Alrighty, so Chairman Mao died of Parkinson's disease on September 9th, 1976, in the Chinese capital. In reflection of Mao's reign, we know that under his guise and leadership, he killed 60 million people, and some of whom in opposition to his policies, and many more through his failed efforts in the Great Leap Forward program, which turns out to just be a big step back. The 60 million killed represents the most by any one leader in all of human history. That's twice as many than Adolf Hitler. So Mao's death in September of 1976 removed a towering figure from the Chinese politics, and they were set off in a scramble to find a ruler. The new pragmatic leadership emphasized economic development and renounced mass political movements, such as, killing people and forcing them into labor movements. China has consistently placed overwhelming priority on opening its economy. The socialist state, or a single-party state, which means the government is focused and facilitated on one ruling power, is kind of democratic in that they elect each of their people to be members in that one party. China is now home to 1.3 billion people and is a thriving economic powerhouse in the East, in the wake of Mao's departure. Alright, so that's the end of our official project. What follows is the credits and then the extended blooper reel. I hope you enjoyed our project. Thank you for watching.
Build that wall. Build that wall. Build that wall. Build that. Go. That was so bad. 3.
Mao Zedong. That sucked. Fucking fuck. I always try to fuck. Hey, didn't see you there.
Biggest neck in
Did you get
history.
that on video?
Yeah.
Go. Mao Zedong was a political leader in China that founded the People's Republic of China. I said China twice in the same sentence. Mao Zedong was a political leader in China, and my dogs are barking. Shut up! Kareem!
I just got that. Go.
Are you still pointing at me?
Yes.
Okay. You gotta start like over.
Ah! Okay.
Part of Mao's plan for the communist. In 1966, Mao made his comeback with the Cultural Revolution. In 1925, Cheyenne. Okay. Mao Zedong was a revolutionary leader in communist fucking shit. Mao Zedong was the political leader in China. At the age of 16, Mao Zedong left home to pursue a career. Fuck. Don't hit your head.
Oh. 1.
Yeah.
Wait, okay.
I didn't mean to. Okay. Let's film and go.
Dead.
You gotta fall off like one of these where you I'm afraid to do it, but occasionally I get so tired I just front flip into bed.
What do you mean front flip into bed?
You've never done that before?
What?
2, 3.
Mr. Stanford! Mr. Stanford! How does...